What's up, everybody? This is the Third Generation Raider back for part two. And you know what? Tomorrow, the Raiders got the Denver Broncos coming to the Oakland Coliseum. Now, let me just start off and say, I'm not a person to be throwing up any excuses like I probably was last year, even though sometimes I was hard on people. But there's no excuse for not winning this game. Denver, yeah, their defense is supposed to be ranked number one after 2 weeks of the season. I don't know if really being ranked number one in any category after 2 weeks of the season is really any indicator for what your strengths or weaknesses are as a team. So I'm not really tripping off the fact they've only given up 6.5 points a game. For the Cincinnati game, it is what it is. They got lucky to even win that game. Their offense is putrid that game, but apparently, from what analysts are saying, Cincinnati's supposed to have a good defense. But still, though, Cal Orton and them are not impressive. Not at all. Their run game is a running back by committee thing, but we can stop the run. Maybe if we didn't add on Richard Seymour right before the season, maybe this is a whole different game. Maybe they might run us for 150 damn yards. But that's not the case. I don't see that team breaking even 100 against us. Larry Johnson and them did well against us last week, but nonetheless, though, we were still not getting really gashed on the run. So I really don't think Denver's going to do that at home with the raucous crowd. It might not be sold out to be on television, but pretty much it's going to be a full house. People are going to be going crazy because the team has been showing signs of life. More likely, really should be 2-0 as a team because the Raiders do have the talent to really do some good things this year. As I said in the first part of the video, I did meet Thomas Howard. He told me to expect more wins, and this is another one of those wins that should be on that long list that we're going to see in 2009 because I believe we do have a playoff team. I thought we had a playoff team last year. Things didn't go right. We had a sabotager named Lane Kiffin, and we had some coaches that didn't want to play the younger players, but it's obviously being shown that those younger players should have played. Mario Henderson has a big task this week because Elmas Dummerville or Doomerville, whatever you want to call him, had 4 sacks last week against the Browns O-line. Now, the Browns O-line is not supposed to really be all that bad, especially with having Joe Thomas there, who was the top pick, I believe, from 2007 draft. But Elvis Dumerville, he plays on both sides as an outside linebacker. So not only Mario Henderson will have the spotlight on him, but Cornell Green, who has been point of emphasis from a lot of Raider people alike as far as a weak link on the Raiders O-line. I think that the O-line should be able to dominate this game. I really believe dominate. So I really think that Denver's defense is really overrated. Cincinnati just had a very, very bad game week one. And Cleveland is not good. Cleveland is sorry. The attitude is bad there. It's always been bad since they've gotten this new Cleveland franchise there 10 years ago. I really don't believe that Cleveland is a team that's on track to do anything. The Broncos do not impress me. We, on the other hand, are very impressive. Despite Jamarcus Russell's inaccuracies, the Raiders are a competitive team, are a team to be dealt with throughout the 2009 season and beyond, given there isn't a strike in 2011. So we have our hands full as far as what we're going to do defensively, just because we want to make sure you stop the run and that you're getting pressure. So I really feel we have our hands full on that because one thing, Kyle Orton is not really good. You got to understand that he's an efficient guy and he doesn't, through his career, he's not a turnover machine. Now, what you want to do in this game to really make the Broncos play into your strength, you want to get up early in the first quarter, or even the first half. You want to be up by 10 points, so you're forcing him to really beat you. You don't want him to be just making the check-offs and the safe throws. You want him to try to challenge your lockdown corners. That's Chris Johnson and Nnamdi Asomugha. Maybe take some shots to the field to where, hey, Michael Huff, the new man Michael Huff, may be able to make some plays, pick off some passes, maybe even return a pick six. And I think in this game you could see a pick six return. Granted, if the Raiders run the ball and Jamarcus Russell is efficient. Because let's just face it, they have to run the ball for right now almost 40 times a game. We only got, believe, out of our running backs 21 rushes last week for about 70 yards. It wasn't really a good game, but I think that's going to be the worst game we'll play this year as far as running the ball. not really worried. I believe that Eric Pierce starting at left guard will not be a problem because I never thought Robert Jolly was that great anyway. This is my opinion. He can't really pass block. He's a good run blocker because he's very athletic and his own blocking scheme works for him. But we should be fine. I like Chris Morris as our center. I think Mario Henderson is going to handle business. And I think this is going to be a really good game. I think this should be a solid win for the Raiders. Now, this is granted that they're not turning the ball over and they're not allowing a lot of stupid stuff to happen throughout the game, right? Fake field goals or the ball bounces off somebody and hits somebody. Somebody has a lucky return, things of that nature. The Raiders should win this game. I believe they should win this game by 10 or more points. I really believe they should. You're at home in front of a crowd that's there to support you, that has your back. They were hurt after that first game, but everybody can see in the NFL that things are changing in Oakland, that Tom Cable's attitude, his demeanor works off well with the players. I asked Thomas Howard at Chili's, what do you think of Tom Cable? He said Tom is real cool. He just has an offensive lineman mentality. The offensive linemen in general are smart. Wasn't smart how he probably, chipped old boy Hanson, but that's gonna be on the outside. But anyways, still though, they're usually smart and not scared because to be on that line, you can't be Fam Hart unless your name is Jay Grove. So I'm really excited for this game tomorrow. The third generation Raiders gonna be there. I'll be there. It's gonna be too hot for the leather jacket, but I will be there in Lot A. So if you guys wanna holler at me, come do it. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what section I'm gonna be sitting in. Sometimes I might not want to be bothered during the game, but it's all good. Come holler at me. I'm a cool cat like that. I was putting scores last year, but I was putting scores based on if the Raiders are to win. And if the Raiders are to win, they really need to win this game like 27-10. Something like that is really, they should really win the score by. I'm looking for the offensive game plan to have a steady dose of Darren McFadden and Michael Bush. And Jamarcus Russell doing some real safe passes. Real safe, play action, open up deep. Hopefully we see Darius Hayward-Bay be a factor because in the first two games and through the preseason, he really has not shown he's worth the number 7 pick. According to some people, he's young and we are a work in progress, but I think it's a good thing. Anyhow, people, I'm going to be coming back to you guys next week to talk about this Denver game. And we're going to talk about the upcoming Houston game, a team that has a lot of talent who really, really felt the sting of the Raiders turnaround last year and the Raiders beat them 27-16 on the third generation Raiders birthday last season. So anyhow, I am a third generation Raider. It's Saturday. My cousin's coming to town from Oregon. We're going to go to the game. We're going to do it real live. So you guys check me out next week, and I'm not about to let you down just like our team's not. All right.